I don't know. It just feels like people were looking for something to be angry about with the movie. But I've seen more like positive reviews. But people were pushing.
But it was fun.
Like
people were. I was getting shoved.
I was getting shoved. Like, guys, this was kind of like the first like collection of films that I watched where I was like, what is actually going on? Hi guys, welcome back to As Seen In.
Hey guys, welcome back to another As Seen at Home. Is that what we went with?
Yeah, As Seen at Home.
Okay, right. So still deathly ill.
Still very much ill.
Literally said last week, I'm getting better, yay! And then the decline started.
It's like going like this for you. It's like one day you'll be feeling better, and then like the next day you're ill again.
Yeah, it's like good little prank from the universe.
Yeah. How's the week been other than you being ill?
It's been alright. It's been fine. It's literally just been me being ill. We've done some fun stuff.
Have we? Oh, of course we have. I completely forgot.
I don't even know how to tell you what we did without having to explain how kind of low-key embarrassing the story is.
Oh yeah, like the most embarrassing thing ever. Like I haven't been this embarrassed since our first episode where we explained what we tried to do. So
yeah, but this is the only reason we had to just see it through. Episode 1 of As Seen In. Anyone who knows this story will know that we started As Seen In because, well, no, this isn't the only reason we started As Seen In.
Yeah.
Just to preface, we've always wanted to do a podcast together.
Yeah.
We tried and failed at uni, and then we knew eventually it would come about, but this was like the cherry on the cake trigger, I guess.
Exactly.
But
the catalyst, if you will.
We went to the June premiere. Well, that's the thing. We were in Leicester Square while they were building the setup. So we thought, oh, perfect, we're here. Like, we're going to see all the action.
Yeah.
And we were wrong. We were kicked out because they put up these big barriers of like, why the hell would we let you guys in?
Yeah. They literally said, get the hell out.
They were like, no. And it was like, okay, valid. So then we had to listen to the whole premiere from the other side of the barrier. Like, we could hear the arrival of all the cast, like Zendaya, Timothy, Jason. We're like, we could hear, but we couldn't see. And we kind of looked at each other and we were like, you got to find a way to get on the other side. Is where the story starts.
Yeah. So,
would you like to take over?
Yeah. So, a couple days before the main event, Katie gets an email and she's like, by the way,
we didn't even say where we went. So
we were at the the Wonka premiere in London. So this was a few days ago for us. Obviously, this is Timothée Chalamet's movie. Other A-listers like Olivia Colman, Hugh Grant, Rowan Atkinson. There's so many people in this movie. So we were like, oh, we should find a way to go. Warner Brothers are doing a giveaway. Let's enter. And Kaylee won the tickets.
Won a pair of tickets, didn't I? So look, that is the reason we were there. Yeah, looking transparent. Like, they didn't send us an invitation. No, that rings on it. But we manifested that from episode 1. Let's be honest.
Yeah, we did.
We wanted to, and it wasn't. We didn't even say that this bit. When we went to the June one, it wasn't even like we were like, oh, we just want to get on the other side for anything. We said Wonka. Like, Wonka was the film we said as like a I don't know, a landmark, that's the wrong word. Like a point that we wanted to,
like a goalpost or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like a goalpost. Yeah, exactly. So, just sure. So like, we couldn't have said no because it was like, okay, this is literally exactly what we asked for from the universe. And even though it's been done in a luck of the draw way, it still happens.
Yeah. Like, I feel like
it's fun.
Yeah. Would it have been cool if Warner Brothers invited us to walk the carpet? Of course. But you know what? Being in the audience was, it was an experience. I realized just how wild people get for these like celebrities, because I don't think I could ever scream at the top of my lungs someone else's name.
No.
Like, even
No,
at concerts, I'm not going to scream your name. Like, I'll be like, woo!
No.
But I can't, like, some people there were like,
I just find it like, okay, I don't want to say that I'm above it, because, like, good for you.
Good for you. Like, you're enjoying your life.
I'm not like a pick-me. I'm not like a pick-me. But I also do think it's a little bit much. It just is a bit much, isn't it?
I just can't wrap my head around that level of hysteria for a human being, like another person. Because at the end of the day, they are just, like, especially like male celebrities. Because in my mind, I'm like, they're just men, guys. But like, I understand being like a hardcore fan, because obviously I'm like, I'm a stan of multiple people. But like, I can't understand, like, I can't get myself to the point of like screaming their name and then them noticing me screaming their name and then us having an interaction. And like, I think it just stresses me out so much. I couldn't talk to anyone I'm like that huge of a fan of. So the courage people have is amazing.
Yeah. And like, we actually did have a really good position. Like, I'm actually really happy with where we were, because we weren't gonna be there talking to the people. Like, we just don't have that. I don't have that dog in me. Like, no. I don't have it in me. But we had a good position right where the main interviews were being held, I guess, with Jamie and Sophie. Yeah. So like, we had a great view of the interviews. We could hear everything. I didn't feel like I didn't need to be like, like, people just naturally walk past. And
could just watch from a distance.
You just sort of stood behind, like.
But people were pushing.
It was fun.
Like,
people were. I was getting shoved.
I was getting shoved. Like, guys, I was so confused, because I was like, we're all just, if we just stay still, like, we'll be fine. Like, there's enough space for all of us. We'll all see them as they come past, like, don't worry.
Yeah.
But people were very worried. People were fretting.
People were fretting hard.
Like, fretting so hard. But yeah, we saw Timothée Chalamet in the flesh, and he was Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, I did want a Wonka beanie, right?
Yeah.
There was a guy, the crowd worker guy, going around with beanies, and I was cold. I wanted one so bad, and I was doing the most to try and get one. That was so humiliating. But I literally wanted the warmth on my head. Yeah. And I didn't. Instead, I was just left humiliated.
And it's okay. In my mind, the people who go to premieres as fans and like scream and stuff are like teenagers. Like, that's where my insecurity came from, because I'm in my 20s, and I don't know, like, I'm like in awe of people who can like release their inhibitions like that, and also like terrified of them.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, great, good for you.
So it's almost like I have respect for you, but
exactly.
But also I'm in deep fear.
Yeah. It's like the respect, the fear in conjunction, for sure.
Yeah. But it was fun. I'm glad we went very full circle.
Yeah, very full circle. Last week we answered a couple of questions, and I thought we'd do that again this week. So I put a question box up on our Instagram story. Follow us over there if you don't already. And we have a couple that I thought we should answer. We'll just do two. Yeah. But whenever we do an As Seen at Home, we'll do a mini Q&A. So definitely make sure you follow our socials so you stay up to date. But Kaylee, what are your full-time jobs? You mentioned about how the strikes affected you.
Yeah. First of all, bold use of full-time job, I would say. Even when the strikes aren't on, like, full-time job is a really loose word to describe how I earn money. But yeah, basically, me personally, I work in film. Yeah, basically I work in film. Sometimes I'm a runner / AD, and sometimes I work in locations. Those are like my full-time. Basically, I'm freelance without even being technically freelance. Yeah. Like, the government just owns me at this point. Like, I am just a slave to the people.
Aren't we all though?
It's yeah.
Let's be so real.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fun. Yeah. I mean, if you want to know a day-to-day, let me know. But it will be a long, drawn-out, probably less interesting than you think thing. But actually, I am very grateful. It's a very fun industry to be a part of, as much as it's not been fun for the last few months. It's like, I'm grateful I don't have an office job.
I am a full-time quote-unquote creator and also like a digital marketing consultant. That's basically it, if I were to sum up my title in one line. So yeah.
Period.
What A-levels did you both take, and at what point did you know you wanted to study film?
This is a really interesting question because I recently reached out to my A-level teacher. I showed you that the other day. I studied at A-level media, drama and theatre. Are we surprised? Absolutely not. And psychology. Yeah, what did you study?
I studied maths, further maths, physics and economics.
You forget that you actually did that?
I was obsessed with physics.
That does check out.
I was obsessed with physics growing up. And then I went to uni to study computer science, dropped out of that, and then finally was like, you know what, I'm following my passion, and then changed course, and that's where Kaylee and I met, doing television and broadcasting. Yeah. So it was like, it's film adjacent.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we did television, not film.
I think it's so weird for me as well that I didn't do film, because I could have done film at college, but I chose media, and I could have done film at uni, but I chose TV. But I don't know why, because for as long as I've remembered, film has been like the passion. So
exactly.
I don't even know what was going through my head back in the day. Like, I really couldn't tell you.
Same. I really wanted to study film, but obviously being African, that's just like not happening ever. And then I remember in Portsmouth, where we went to undergrad, I asked to join the film production course, and they said that they were full, so they put me in TV. Because I had a meeting with our like course leader, Charlie, and he was like, based on everything you've told me, because I was like creating as like a little hobby, because that was my only creative outlet from sixth form. So when I was doing all like my maths and all of that stuff, I started making YouTube videos. So when I was like explaining to Charlie, he was like, based on everything you've done and what you're doing, it sounds like you'd be good on TV because it's a more practical course, whereas film was a bit more technical. I enjoy both the technical and the practical side of things, but yeah, that was kind of like how it all fell into place.
Yeah, I love that. But yeah, I'm happy we did it. I wouldn't have met you, and I wouldn't have done the things you've done. But yeah, I mean, A-levels wise, I really liked doing A-levels. I was so terrible at psychology, but once again, not surprised there.
Psychology seems so interesting.
I mean, I reached out. The thing is, it would have been if it wasn't like so to the book. Like, basically, they were just teaching a spec. So it was like, how fun can it be when it's like, it's kind of like there's a right and wrong answer, even though you're supposed to not have a right and wrong answer. I kind of felt like you've got to put the right answers that they have on their tick list. So maybe if I was learning it for like fun, it would have been fun. But I just got to the point where I was like, can't do this.
I feel like that's the same with a lot of learning. Like, I think learning is only fun when you remove that element of like testing and stuff. Like, if you just learn stuff that you're interested in and you're actually passionate about, it's so much more fun. But yeah, tell the story of your A-level teacher. I feel like that's a really cute story.
Yeah. Oh, I love him. He's so cute. So my A-level teacher, I think I actually had a different one for first and second year. So I only had him in second year, which is wild when you think about it like that. That's literally not sorry. That's just like not a lot of time at all.
Yeah.
But he taught me, one of the things on the media spec was an Andrea Arnold film called Fish Tank. And I am like to this day sure that's the reason that I got the A-star at A-level, because like he taught that, and I wrote about it in my final thing, because I had just like learned it inside out. Like, I knew everything about it. So I felt like I already owed him that anyway. But I, over summer this year, worked on Bird, which is an Andrea Arnold film that'll be coming out hopefully next year sometime. And it just was like really full circle. I was like, this is why I know he'd be so happy to know that I did that. So when I found out I was getting my name in the credits, I was like, okay, now's the time. So I messaged him and I was like, we're all failures. Look, we can actually, your teaching's all for nothing, and like la la la. And he was really happy to hear from me, and it was just very nice. I was like, oh,
so awesome.
And he didn't forget me. That's a good thing. I was like, what if he's forgotten? That's so humiliating. But he was like, duh.
Of course. That's so awesome. I love it.
So yeah, it was really cute.
Very nice.
Follow your dreams, guys, and message your teachers that had an impact on you.
Of course. I feel like I want to message some of my teachers. Yeah. I had a teacher in primary school that I remember. She was my first ever music teacher. Mrs. Lucking, and she
Oh,
was genuinely
so
like
cute.
she changed. Like she's the reason I like went into music and like started taking that seriously for over a decade.
That's so cute.
I still can't believe it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was everything. I can't like teachers are
That's
the
cute.
backbone of humanity. Honestly,
Yeah.
they just
They are.
we'd just be nothing without them. I can't believe. I feel like they deserve so much more respect. But yeah, it is what it is.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Should we do?
Especially those ones that are teaching the thing you're most interested in.
Exactly. Should we do a cheeky show and tell?
Yes. Mine kind of links back to something we've been talking about, so that's nice. Do you want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. I'm just reaching over to my DVD collection. So I don't know if you ever watched this like franchise, right? But this franchise growing up, I remember being just, this was kind of like the first like collection of films that I watched where I was like, what is actually going on?
Whoa! We are interrupting this broadcast.
Guys, if you are enjoying this episode, please make sure to subscribe and drop us a comment.
And also check us out on audio platforms and give us a rate because it really helps us out.
Back to the episode.
Bye.
Okay.
American Pie.
Yeah, I can't see because of how... Oh yeah, I watched American Pie.
Like,
that's hilarious.
American Pie,
Yeah.
especially the first one, I don't think I'd ever, like, I wouldn't even call this, like I'd obviously seen, like, sexual things in other movies before, right? But I just remember watching this for the first time. I think I was maybe 15 or a bit under 15 and just being like, what on earth is going on in these movies?
Yeah.
Like, the flute.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Like, I just...
Yeah.
The pie,
so
like,
much.
what is going on? I can't imagine them ever trying to make a movie like American Pie and succeeding again. The only thing that I could think...
I don't think that they would.
Yeah, the only thing I think would come close or has come close is the movie No Hard Feelings that came out recently with Jennifer Lawrence. It was like an R-rated comedy.
True.
But no one is doing R-rated comedies like American Pie. Like, they do not exist anymore.
No.
Can you imagine American Pie being released in, like, 2023? People would be like, excuse you? Like, I had no business watching these when I did.
Excuse you so much.
But
right. I felt like I watched them so long ago.
So long ago.
I really do.
But yeah, American Pie. And I remember, like, she was from How I Met Your Mother. So I was like, oh yeah, it was. But yeah.
Yeah.
That was my
innocence.
My innocence was robbed from American Pie.
Robbed.
What's yours?
I actually need to rewatch. I feel like I only watched them when I was young, and now I'm like, God, that's gonna be scarring to watch.
Yeah.
Mine is a Polaroid I took on the set of The Great Escaper, which was a movie that came out recently.
It was
just of
that.
These are called like Manitous. They're holding up blue screens, but I just took it when I was on set. Guys, if you're listening, by the way, you can't see it, but maybe I'll post a picture on my Instagram.
Yeah,
but
we'll do a mini.
Yeah, it's like a nice memory.
I love that. What was your favorite moment from that whole experience?
Well, we filmed like at Brookwood Cemetery, which was supposed to be a cemetery that they were pretending was France, but it was just like really wild because they didn't really let people in there to film. So it was like they had said yes because of the like values of the film and stuff. So it was nice. It's just like a Sunday movie, BBC type thing. But the real reason I have like a close attachment to it now is because I took my granddad to see it. My 96-year-old granddad, and it was like basically I didn't do too long on it. I only did a few weeks maybe on this, and I just took him to see it because it was like I know that it's a safe enough film that he could watch and enjoy. You know, it's nothing like, first of all, it's war based, so like he's more likely to know what's going on and like feel things from it. But also it was like a love story, and I was like, oh, I think he'll just really like it. Anyway, so I took him, and I didn't think that I had a credit for it, but we sat down and like watched all the credits, and I did have a credit for it. So it was like a really special moment because I was like, oh my God, like I didn't even think I was credited for this, and he got to see it with me, and it was like probably the last time he's going to go to cinema, let's be honest, unless something else comes out that he's going to want to watch.
Yeah.
So it was just like, oh, so yeah, now that I feel I'm just have like a special place in my heart, but
so wholesome.
Yeah, very cute.
I love that.
You know,
that's so cute.
Yeah, it was cute. I was really worried. I was like, what if I get my heart attack? But
no. Oh, that's so precious. I love the fact that he's got to
loud.
see.
I was like, yeah.
they do be loud. It does get loud in here. Oh, that's so nice that he got to see your name in the credits as well.
I know, because I feel like when I tell people and I guess family what I do, it's like, what? But like actually seeing it, because he always asks about credits, and I'm like, look, a lot of the time I'm jumping around from job to job, and there is no proof of me having worked on these things, even though I have. So like, I guess to see it is finally nice to be like, oh, she's not lying. She has actually got a job sometimes. But yeah, it was very cute. So that was my show and tell.
Speaking of new films, we did get a request to talk about the new Hunger Games film this week. We are, as we said last week, we're going to do a full episode on like everything we have like watched throughout the strike period. But this, I guess, they made an interim agreement anyway. So this isn't included in the strike content.
Yeah.
So yeah, what did you think
that's true, actually.
About Hunger Games, Songbirds and Snakes?
I liked it, to be honest. I did actually really like it. I really did. Like, I don't really know what to say. Like, I love the originals. Obviously, specifically 1 and 2. I think Mockingjay 1 and 2 are fine, but they're nothing like nowhere near as great as those first 2 movies. I think I liked the music. I did. The only thing I'll say about the music is, though, I hate when people sing for no reason. So, like, when she was singing on the stage, I was like, perfect. This makes utter sense. I love it. And then when she was, like, singing any other point, I was like, girl, where did anyone ask you to do that? Like, when they were at the picnic and she was singing, I was like, shut the little fuck up. Like, you can't be asked.
I love that it was like folk music, like very country-esque.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
I didn't know going in that it was that.
No, so neither. I was like, also, like, she had like quite like a southern country accent in this film, right?
Oh yeah.
I was wondering, do you know like why that is? Like, is that like the district? Like, I don't know, because I don't recall any of the other movies having that
actually
culture.
No. I don't know if it was, but I swear that she said something in it about her moving to 12. I swear at the beginning that was like something, but then again, I haven't read it. Like, I don't know the law that intricately.
Yeah.
But I feel like there was something about her like being some sort of outcast within 12 already before the games, but I don't know if I'm making that up.
Interesting.
I'd have to go back and watch.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of those movies where like I just went in, was just like no expectations, sat down, thoroughly enjoyed it, left and was like, yeah, love that. Like, I didn't overanalyze it one bit. And then I went online and I've been seeing people's reviews, and like, I've been seeing people say it's like glamorizing war and like promoting toxic relationships. And I was like, guys, this is not real. Do you know that this is not a real story? Like, how about we just stop trying to add real life analysis into fantasy? It's fantasy.
Like, obviously, yeah. Like, obviously, there's the whole point of it is that there's like that is their government system, and like that is their like political situation in the future. But it's just like, it's dystopian. Like,
it's not
like
real.
When people are up in arms at me, complaining, like talking about things about Saltburn. That's at least supposed to be human people in, but this is a film where it's just like, it's never been that serious. Like, it's just not that serious.
Exactly. I feel like it's so fine to overanalyze films that are based on real people, based on true events, or meant to be a reflection of society. But when it's a dystopian fantasy, not real movie, come off it. Like, no one's saying Harry Potter is promoting witchcraft. Like, it's so... I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, we're not going like, oh, Harry Potter's
and just
promoting...
like the casual killing of your peers.
Yeah, like, it's not real. Like, if we watch like Fast and Furious, I mean, I don't know if Fast and Furious is meant to be real, but like, no one's saying it's promoting reckless driving, or like, I don't know. It just feels like people were looking for something to be angry about with the movie. But I've seen more like positive reviews.
Yeah. Like, but yeah, like the whole social stance thing is 100% supposed to be somewhat a reflection of almost like a really amplified version of our society, like, sure, but it's just also not supposed to be that deep. Like, within the film, just enjoy it, like games.
What happened to having fun?
Just enjoy, like.
Do you know what pisses me off?
Fun.
Do you know what annoys me a lot? Is like, I feel like in this day and age, we're not allowed to just be silly and have fun. We're not allowed to just, to do something for the sake of doing it. Everything always has to have like a deeper meaning. We always have to overanalyze everything, and we just can't exist without things being like, no, but why? But why? But what does this mean?
Exactly.
Hey.
And like you said in the last episode, no one does this for Nolan. No one gives a rat's ass about trying to figure his shit out. So why the hell are we doing it for every other film ever?
Literally, it's so confusing to me. But yeah, I genuinely thoroughly enjoyed it. It's probably up there with one of my faves Hunger Games ever. Like, I would watch this over.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch it again this week. I've been meaning to, but I've been so ill. I literally just can't. Like, it's a 3-hour film. I need to go with like an open silent system. Say.
Facts.
But I liked it. I thought lots of the memes were really funny about like never trust a man in his buzz cut era. You know,
so
like
true.
the fact that this man was so impacted by a girl 60 years later or whatever, 65 years later, just because she had the name Katniss after Lucy Gray.
Lucy Gray.
Flower. Like, it's iconic that a woman had that much power over a man. Let's just do that. And let's just not say anymore, because people can't deal with that conversation right now.
People can't deal with women being in power. But anyway, I feel like
or just expressing their opinions or anything.
You know, we're supposed to be submissive, and so sorry, we shan't remain that way. I really thought it was paced extremely well as well. Like, I've watched some 3-hour movies where I'm checking the time. This one, I thought this was great pacing for a really long movie.
Yeah, I could completely agree with that. Like, I really didn't feel the time like drag.
Yeah, they did that incredibly well, because I feel like every other 3-hour movie I've watched this year, we'll talk about them in a different episode, but like, I just remember being like, wow, guys, this could have been an hour shorter.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. We'll talk about it on our strikes episode.
Sorry.
But
yes, I agree. I one thing I wanted more of was the actual game, like the Hunger Game. But like, I always want more of that, just because, like, especially in Mockingjay 1 and 2, obviously I felt like we were lacking a game. But like, I'm glad we got one at least, and I liked that it was stripped back to basics. It made it more realistic as to what it would have been for the 10th one. You know, like, it would still have been, and it's like developmental era. So
yeah,
I liked that a lot.
Thoroughly enjoyed. Before we end, should we do a new segment?
Yeah.
Do you want to explain where this idea came from, what it is?
Yeah, okay. Well, we're kind of in like cahoots at the moment. Nothing's confirmed, but potentially you might be hearing some more of us over on a different sort of vibe. I don't know if I should say much, but we're in cahoots with something. And one of the things we wanted to do, I can't really say that much about that, but basically we want to dive into like media from a way back, you know? So one of the things that I found really interesting growing up was magazine covers, and just like walking into a shop and seeing the most absurd display of like Heat magazine cover, like all those magazine covers. So we thought it'd be fun basically to bring one to the table and discuss it. And the segment, guys, wait for the segment name. Magascenes.
Yeah. Excellent.
One of my best works ever, I think.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's incredible. Do you want to kick us off with your first magazine?
My first magazine. Yeah, okay. So I was looking through a few from the year 2009.
Okay.
And I kid you not, every single one was about people being fat.
Yeah. Of like,
but bearing in mind, these people were like not fat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to use this one as my real one, but I did just want to use this is funny to me because it's like a spread from a magazine.
Okay.
Again, if you're listening, guys, you need to go to check these out on our Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But this has just made me laugh because this was the title: Battle of the Bodies, old and skinny versus young and curvy. So I'm thinking we're going to see two completely different people here. No, this is the old and skinny picture.
Okay. Yeah.
And this is the young and curvy picture. You can't write it. Curvy.
And she's 19.
19. And
Oh
the old
my
one
gosh.
was 36.
Oh my gosh.
36 old, and it just, anyway, their bodies just aren't that dissimilar. I was so baffled by that. But anyway, that aside, I was looking through and I was trying to find like something that's slightly different. And then I hit 2011 and I saw a bit in the corner and I was like, this is positive. It says, hurrah for super curves. So I was like, okay, we're being a bit more inclusive. Like the pictures are a bit more inclusive. I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. And then I like kind of draw my attention to the magazine as a whole. And I see that we are slating Cheryl Cole because Cheryl Hernandez was seen wherever she goes by this name, because she's been seen just in a dressing gown. Like, we can't have that she's basically, it says Cheryl the recluse. She hasn't left her hotel for days. It's like she's given up. She can't even be bothered to do her hair. And some man called Derek said, she's not the same girl. Yeah. So I thought, never mind on being a little bit more body positive, we can't leave the house unless we've done our hair and makeup. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
And also the last bit in the corner did make me laugh as well. It was the take me out girl without makeup. Okay.
And that's news. Front page magazine
That's
news.
That is news.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, Jordan cooks dinner for Heat and gets off with a new man halfway through. Like, what does this mean? This needs to be, like, studied.
Yeah. Oh
Anyway,
my goodness.
Yeah,
Okay.
what are your thoughts?
That's wild. I can't believe people's obsession with like women's body. Like, I mean, I can believe people's obsessions with women's bodies because that still happens today. But I can't believe to the extent, like, that's wild. Especially because they're picking women with like the same one body type and then claiming for them to be extremely different and then saying that one is better than, like, how are you going to be comparing women's bodies on the front page of a magazine? And like,
no, literally.
Like, what?
Yeah.
So strange.
But then I was like, you know what? I remember every single magazine looking like that.
Yeah,
so
I
no
do.
wonder we're all struggling with everything. Like, we grew up, like, that is what I would see as news and be like, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
100%.
Yeah.
Mine.
What's your magazine?
So I'm going with Rolling Stone from 2004, right? So I'll read you the cover. It's got Lindsay Lohan on the front page, right? And it says hot list: hip hop, sex, metal, politics, rock, models, blogs, and intoxicants. Hot, ready, and legal. Lindsay Lohan. Legal.
Okay. Well.
Hot, ready, and
so 18.
legal.
So 18.
Like, how are you going to use legal?
What year was this, please?
2004.
Ooh. That is awful.
I really don't understand. And then I did pick another one. This was In Style. It's got Beyonce on the front cover. And I'll Beyonce, they've quoted her on the front and it says, I have curves, most women do, and I'm happy with them. Beyonce, right? This is what Beyonce looks like in 2004.
You know what's funny? One of the ones I didn't pick has an exact same thing about Beyonce being curvy, and this is the picture.
Like,
what are you on about, guys?
What are you on about? And then on the front, the other side says, love your body, how you can feel great and look sexy, total hair makeover, color, cut, style, what's hot now, and then dress up your denim. So like, I don't really, yeah.
So curvy. She is so curvy in that.
Like,
wow.
The obsession with women's bodies
and
just
delicious queen.
The sexualization of women has been happening for decades.
Yeah.
Decades upon decades. But yeah. The Lindsay Lohan one like threw me because how are you going to say hot, ready and legal? Just say you're a predator.
Just say, yeah. Right?
Like,
why are we pointing that out?
Like, it's
makes
so
me concerned
concerning.
at what they were posting about her before she was legal.
Exactly. Like, they have to announce to the world all of a sudden, like, oh, by the way, now she's legal. So all you, like, really creepy men who were lusting over before, don't worry, because it's fine now because she's hot, ready, and legal.
And she's hot, ready, and she is 100% legal,
so concerning. But,
so good.
That's it for today's episode of Magascenes and also for this episode of As Seen.
Yeah, I loved it. I can't wait to find more. I can't wait to find more with like the gossip, like the drama and like relationship breakups and stuff like that. Because I was looking through, I was like, there is so much.
Oh, so much. Guys, you're gonna have to follow us over on socials if you want to see all these like magazines and keep updated on what's happening with us and what's happening with the episodes and stuff. But thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you leave us a rating if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time on I've Seen It.
See ya. Bye.